of the desert.
Neighbors claimed they practice witchcraft.
I'm going to tell you what, this is the dawning of a new era. I'm sitting in a comfy chair. It is padded. I have a blanket over top of me, and we are about to kick this podcast off on that feed for a second week in a row.
Oh my God, yes. We have discovered that we can not sit in the hard stools.
Like backless stools.
Stools. And actually use, some
like
comfy
furniture,
seating,
actual furniture that's intended to be furniture. I think some of the guys on the Discord, like you guys who are on the Discord, you've seen our recording setup because we've sent pictures. But it's a very simple setup, some may say. Mm-hmm. But we use these like stools that actually were actually end tables at some point. And then they were given to me. And I mean, they kind of look stoolish. They have 4 legs, so we've just kind of been using those. We graduated from recording sitting on the floor to recording sitting at those stools, and now we've found that we can actually sit in like actual furniture, and it's nice.
Yeah, that's because we have these awesome fucking boom stands that can stretch and come to us versus us having to bend our backs and our fucking...
It's true.
Just throw all of our shit out of whack so that way you can hear us clearly.
Snap, crackle, and popping. Yeah, I can be louder than Kenny.
Yep, and
all the time,
you can hear
like
her
I am.
talk over me like she's currently doing constantly.
All
that's
the
just
time.
life,
Got to.
Always
gotta.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patreon, for the ability to buy these fancy little booms.
Yeah, that's true.
And hopefully sound clearer for you. And speaking of Patreon, we have some new folks.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Who decided to join our fam.
Y'all either the real MVP or just...
They might be trolling.
Or trolling.
I'm wondering if they trolling.
It's a full possibility.
Because our recording schedule has been crazy with recording lately, or with traveling lately, because you were traveling, then I was traveling, and there was just a whole bunch of crazy ass bullshit.
Yeah.
And, but Patreon, y'all were coming through. They were like, we're going to sign up. Maybe the problem is... They broke as hell. And that's true. That is one of the problems, but there are many.
Aren't they?
But no, seriously. It's really awesome that you guys support us. So you know what it's time for.
Oh.
It's time to get a little invoking on.
A little witchy.
Time to get a little witchy. Time to get in them vibes.
Ooh. Speaking of witchy, do you know that they're doing a remake of the Craft?
I do know that.
Don't know how I feel about it yet.
We can get into it. We can probably we'll get into it on Netflix and Kill this week because it's probably more appropriate for there. But
true.
For there.
It's probably more appropriate for there.
Yeah, I have a lot of feels about it. Spoiler alert, none of them are good. So yeah.
Okay, so let's.
Do you want to take it away with our first?
Yeah, I will before we get into that.
Okay.
That's a deep, dark hole. That
it is. It is.
So yes, I will start us off, and I would like to thank Jalen P for joining our
Cannibal Cult. Were you looking for Cannibal Cult?
Nope, not Cannibal Cult.
Oh fuck yeah! Stay Spooky Squad.
Yeah,
that's the one. That's the one.
That one.
Done fucked up.
I have done fucked up. Okay, we're looking at Jalen P. Thank you so much for joining our Stay Spooky Squad.
Next up, we have a baller, a real shot caller. Her name, again, one name like Prince, like Madonna. Her name is Amanda. I don't have a last name for you. I don't have a last initial for you. It's just one word. It says it all.
It's just
Amanda.
It's just boss ass bitch.
Mm-hmm. She don't need that last name. You don't need to know her last name. You don't need her area code. You just need to know she's here supporting you.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect that. I respect your privacy, ma'am.
Yep.
But yeah, Amanda has joined us as a trash talent aficionado.
Aficionado. And our next patron is Kayla F., another member of our Stay Spooky Squad. All right, lovies. That is our invocations for today. And remember that the candles will light up the darkness in this room for as long as the episode, but they'll always stay lit in our dark little hearts. Isn't that right?
Indeed it is, my friend. Lighting the dark corridors of our dark hearts. And of course, as you all know, when we light the candles, it's not necessarily just a thank you to our patrons, but we are invoking them. We are speaking their names and speaking power into their names, and also sending them good intentions for health, wealth, happiness, evermore.
And what is that you say? Hold on. Miss me with that bullshit. Hit me with some good vibes.
Yeah.
Hit me with them good vibes.
Hit me with them good vibes. Miss me with that bullshit.
Yeah. So all of that.
100%.
So yeah, for the past 2 weeks, no, for the past couple of episodes, let me just say, let me clarify that.
It can be different.
You have, you've told me stories.
I've been leading the charge.
You really have.
She's been out here working. I'm gonna tell you what, Mama been sweating. Mama been working.
She been doing her little case studies.
Mm-hmm.
She's been
Case studies. I've been covering cases. I don't know that I've been doing case studies.
Whatever.
I've been doing those too, just not for the podcast, more for work.
Whatever. I'm gonna call it a case study.
Got it. Into it. Down with it.
And so this week I was like, well, I'm also a co-host and
Hey, I'm also on the podcast.
I can also deliver some content occasionally. So I'm just gonna talk to her about some shit.
Yes, I'm ready. Y'all, I have my blanket. I'm in my chair that I just found.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what. This is we might be in trouble because if you're in the Facebook group, then you've seen what happens when she has a blanket.
It's true. It's not my weighted blanket though. Kenny hid that one from me.
Still haven't found the weighted blanket.
Yeah, he hid it from me. I'm looking for it though. I'm looking.
I shredded it.
Gave it away.
Gave it away. I consumed it.
Yeah, weighted blanket will fuck you up. I spent probably 2 weeks under mine.
Okay, but to be fair, any blanket will fuck you up though.
It's true, but the magic combination for me, which you should know, is I have to have a blanket over top of me, and also be sleeping on a boy, right? So the boy plus the blanket. The boy is like the mattress, and then you just put a blanket over top of me like a bird, and I'll go right to sleep.
Yep.
But I don't have the boy. I only have you.
Who is not a boy.
No. But you're too far away.
But some infernal creature who just sits beside me in the dark.
I mean, you're not wrong. Where's the lie? Where is the lie?
There is no lie.
But
Not one.
you're not close enough to snuggle. I have fallen asleep on you though with my
That is
blanket.
true.
You know this to be true.
That is true. Actually, she is asleep right now. This is actually spliced, Katie. We started the podcast, and then I looked over, and then she was just completely out. So
I mean, honestly, why have you not learned to just imitate my voice? Why have you not learned to just put it on
how fucking creepy
and talk
would
to your
that be?
fucking self?
How fucking creepy would that be?
I mean, I think that's what's gonna happen if something were to ever happen to me. I think that's what would go on.
But the thing
Or
is,
you would just go back through the podcast and splice together pieces of me talking on the podcast to make it to be able to have a conversation together. That's deeply sad.
But I would never be able to talk over myself, though.
That's true. Well, you could hit the button. You could hit the button and make me talk over you.
Just a pre-recorded version of you talking over me.
Yeah, here's the thing. That's It's your future if something happens to me. See,
God
what's
damn
sad
it.
is that I couldn't even do that. So I would just have to replay conversations that we've had because I don't have the ability to do that. Because I'm somehow locked out of every single fucking account we have for this podcast.
I don't know.
So
What has happened? Who knows?
conspiracy.
Did the flames just like get brighter in here? Or
Oh,
is it
was
just
it the
me?
truth? Is it the truth that I just shared?
Something. I feel like these flames just like, okay.
Sparked up.
All right, patrons. Y'all need to calm.
I'm worried about
calm
them.
your tits, please.
Amanda, ma'am,
Jalen, Kayla, stop.
be good.
Settle down. I promise. No, that's what's happening. They're like, I really just want you to get to the fucking content. Like, stop fucking talking. Get to the content. What's wrong with you?
Them invocations work both ways. Shit.
That is true. So, what I'm kind of talking about today is very lighthearted. Well, I was. Ooh. I was gonna say it was lighthearted. It's based in lightheartedness, but probably will kind of fuck you up.
That's like this whole podcast.
It's a new tagline. Welcome to the Haunted Heart. We'll fuck you up.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It really will. No, but I just actually pulled some interesting facts about, well, all right. I was scrolling through TikTok, right? Wasting time. Wasting my life away.
Uh-huh.
And I came across a post that someone made of like really creepy shit that you didn't know about your favorite childhood cartoons.
Yes.
And it was like they had like 2 or 3 or whatever, but I was like, let me dig into this a little bit because I was like, this seems like an interesting, like, you know, like I think we have kind of covered a little bit of like the twisted fairy tales in the past before, but not necessarily like some creepy, like disturbing
We
shit.
talked about an idea for an episode like this way back at the very, very, very beginning of the podcast.
I don't remember it.
We did. We talked about like doing an episode like this. I really wanted to do an episode like this, but I couldn't find enough stuff. And in those days I wasn't like, I don't know. It was a lot of digging and there was a lot of other stuff that I wanted to cover. And like, I ended up not getting to it, but I'm into this. Like I just couldn't figure out a lot of times we come across really interesting things, but we're just not sure how to turn it into an episode.
Right.
Because there's like either not enough information or,
So,
I mean, it'll be fine.
I just pulled a bunch of shit that I thought was interesting and, you know, we're going to talk about it and we're going to discuss it.
But yes, I'm super excited for this.
But speaking of like back during the beginning, you mean like back when we had like, oh, next week's episode is going to be on vampires.
Yeah.
Then after that,
made some
witches.
choices.
Like,
just all of it. Witchcraft. Period. That's it. All of it.
no, but then you have to cut to me like when we're planning the podcast. I'm like, Katie, like I'm really concerned that we're like not gonna have enough. No, it's fine.
It's fine.
Absolutely fine. Not. I mean, okay. I guess
Look,
has
is
been
it fine? Yes.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It is fine.
We'll just do Vampires 2. Vampires again. Vampires the sequel.
A catalog. Welcome to Volume 4. Vampirism.
Maybe. There you go.
Okay, so do you want to just like dive right into my list here? It may go a little like all over the place between like old school cartoons and then like some that we like grew up with, maybe some new ones. I don't really know. Let's just go with it. So have you ever heard of the Censored 11?
No.
All right, so Looney Tunes, we all know Looney Tunes, right? Have 11 episodes that can't be aired on television due to the highly offensive racist material in them. The 11 episodes that try to make humor out of racist stereotypes are infamously known as the Censored 11. Now, this isn't the only time that Looney Tunes has been controversial on the topic of race, as its one character, Speedy Gonzalez, was once pulled from TV over fears that it stereotyped Mexicans. But it was, in fact, the Mexican community that campaigned for his return, hailing him as an icon of their culture.
But also, did they ever specifically tell us that Speedy was actually Mexican?
No, but
I mean,
I'm pretty
clearly
sure
he
it
was Latino,
like,
but
hinted that way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't think they never defined it, really.
No.
I don't think.
But the Censored 11. That's the Looney Tunes.
That's
for
cool.
You. I mean, not racism.
Can you
isn't
find them
cool,
anywhere? I mean, well, no. I mean, No, it's not. That's the incorrect word. God, I fucking hate it when I do that. Like, I mean interesting, and then I say a word that like has a different like connotation, and I'm like, okay, well now I'm an asshole.
Half of our audience just went collective gasp.
I hate that.
No, I get what you're saying. It's like interesting.
It's interesting to find out about. It's shitty that there was racism. Can you find those episodes anywhere, or do they just like not exist?
I'm pretty sure. Huh. I mean, it's the internet. You can find literally anything.
Well, you know, Tom and Jerry had. I think it was Tom and Jerry.
That I might be talking about.
Oh well, never mind.
Why don't you sit
Tom
in your
and Jerry
chair?
had a little bit of racism as well.
Up.
I can do that.
Sit in your chair. Shut the fuck up.
Got it.
Okay. I never watched this show, but did you ever watch Jim and the Holograms?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't stand it that hard because I think it was, I don't know.
That's
I was
a little
behind
bit
the fucking times.
before our time.
No, it was a little bit, but I was more into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Same.
And like I was into that like type of thing. But I look back now and I'm like, damn, Jim and the Holograms, like Jim is like super cool.
Well, so the whole concept of the 1980s cartoon show Jim, also known as Jim and the Holograms, was a little scandalous. A scandal.
We love a scandal.
A little scandal. We love a scandal. It was basically about two bands competing to be more famous than the other by any means necessary, and was somewhat predictive of the reality TV culture that would consume society in the next few decades. Although looking back on it, Jim took our generation's obsession with fame to new heights. Look no further than one of the characters in Jim actually committing horrendous crimes in order to get his band publicity. The character, Eric Raymond, which, very creative name.
Don't enjoy.
Eric Raymond.
2 first names. Can't trust him.
It's hard. Like, why?
I don't know.
Raymond.
I don't know why you would do that.
Eric Raymond. Hi, I'm Eric Raymond. Hi, fuck off is what I tell you. No. So was the rival band's manager.
Somewhere there's an Eric Raymond listening and he's like, well, fuck this podcast.
He's Eric Raymond.
I was going to write a review
no,
as well.
No.
We're going to get the shittiest review we've ever gotten, and it's going to be signed from Eric Raymond. You know
Eric
what
Raymond
you fucking
is actually
did.
some like, big like podcast producer who was like really interested and really into the show and was like, yeah, I want to throw some money to this fucking way. And then fuck Eric Raymond. Oh, okay. All right.
We bet to have the censored one.
So Eric Raymond was the rival band's manager and was pretty ruthless when it came to publicity stunts. In fact, on one occasion, he was on the phone and discussing bombing an orphanage.
The fuck?
For publicity.
That's dark. Never what you want to do. I feel like, here's the thing. Here's a piece of advice that I'm going to give you. If you're in a band, I know we have a lot of very creative, very talented listeners. If you are in a band, Matt, looking at you, you know who you are, and you have to bomb an orphanage to like drum up interest in your band, your band's probably not any good. Like,
probably not.
It's probably time to move on. Maybe get a different group together. Maybe look at this thing from a different angle. Maybe just get a job doing something else. Like, I don't really think that you're successful as a band if you have to bomb orphans.
Yeah, you shouldn't think about that. Me scratching away bombing orphanage off of our fucking plans.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
No,
if
don't
you have
do
to
that.
commit acts of domestic or international terrorism to promote your band,
show.
don't
You're
do it.
talking about bombing an orphanage. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of like crazy ass shit that goes unacknowledged in the cartoons of our youth.
Yeah, some fans have counted that throughout the series he committed no less than 157 crimes in order to get the publicity. But
we need a go-getter like that on our team. I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No. But shoot us an email. Leave us
maybe
your
just some
number.
light graffiti. It's fine. No, I think they made a Jim and the Holograms movie, or they're making one.
They did. No, I'm pretty sure there was.
Or they remade it. I don't know, but I was into it for the soundtrack. Actually, for that movie, was good as hell. Yeah. It's really good. My girl Ida Maria was on it.
I was never into Jim and the Holograms.
I mean, I thought she
Wasn't
was
into
cute because I love the futuristic thing. So I
Yeah.
was like, Like I look back now and I'm like, damn, I wish I had that outfit, Jim.
Yeah.
You look cool as shit.
Didn't she have like red hair?
I thought
Was
she
it
had
red
blonde hair.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm misremembering it.
I don't know. Okay, one we might know. Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Yes.
Personally, for me, I could not stand this show.
I fucking hated this show so bad.
This
and
was
I think we're
like-
going to get a lot of hate over it because people loved this show, but I couldn't watch it.
No. So Ed, Ed, and Eddie for me was like everything that I wasn't as a boy
Yes.
growing up.
Yes.
I was like, is this what I'm supposed to act like? Like, is this how I'm supposed to be? Because it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
And it was not for
It was
me.
also pretty dumb.
Well, when looking back on some things shown in cartoons, you can't help but wonder what the hell the animators were thinking. Not to mention how on earth they even got away with it. One moment from Ed, Ed, and Eddie is a prime example, as it shows two of the characters sitting with a porn magazine surrounded by some questionable used tissues.
I feel like I remember that scene.
I don't know. Like I said, it was not for me. I was more into like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like,
Yeah, I was
waiting
down
for
with Courage,
to come
100%.
on after Ed, Ed,
But
and Eddie.
yes. And when you didn't have anything else to watch, you turned it on early, and then fucking Ed and Eddie was there. I definitely did watch some episodes just because it would be on before or after something that I was watching. I mean, it was fine, whatever. If you love Ed and Eddie, if that's your jam, then go for it. But I haven't tried to watch it in years. It's not been something that I wanted to like necessarily revisit.
No.
But I mean, that's cool, Porn stars are
you
people
don't-
too,
Well, you
It's
don't
cool.
think about these things, and like while you're a child watching them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but then looking back on some of this
You're
shit,
like, oh, interesting.
what the fuck were y'all doing? Animators, questionable content. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, next, we're going to talk about some Bugs Bunny.
Okay.
So again, going back to Looney Tunes, the cartoons are synonymous with wacky cartoon violence, with stuff like Wile E. Coyote running off cliffs and pianos falling on Sylvester's head. But Bugs and company also relied on pretty realistic and grim violence for gags. Suicide by gun was a recurring joke in the series, most of which was later edited out.
Oh, okay, because I was like, I don't remember any of that.
I think I do. This might be some weird like Mandela effect bullshit going on with me, but I'm pretty sure I remember seeing episodes where like it would be like the end of the episode and you've got Bugs or whoever and they just like, well, and then they put the gun to their head and then it like fades out to black. Like the little circle comes in and then like fades out. Yeah.
I don't remember any of that.
I'm pretty sure I remember that.
Send us an email, thehauntedheartpodcast@gmail.com. I need to know. Do you
gonna look at
remember that?
I'm like, I'm pretty sure I remember that. Because when I was researching all of this stuff, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, you're right.
I want to hear from the people. You tell me. You email me.
I think that's how it went. I'm like 100% positive that's how it went.
I think it's how it went. I'm 100% positive. Jesus. Yeah, that's dark. That's dark. That bothers me more than the porn mag.
Really?
Like porn. I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
because the guys who were watching Ed, Ed, and Eddie they were the age that you are when
You're jerking off?
when you first discovered the joys of masturbation, which will be our new Patreon audio series, and I'll read to you. The target audience, basically, the age of and Ed, Ed, and Eddie was definitely marketed more towards guys.
Mm-hmm.
So the age group of boys that show was marketed to are the age that you are, that most people are, when you discover like porn mags and like nudies and like all that shit. And you start jerking it. Like, I mean, whatever. Like, to me, that's more, I mean, it is adult content, but it's like more harmless.
So
like,
here's the thing.
but then again, I'm that weird mom who would like talk to their kids about sex openly anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, with boundaries, but I'm going to encourage you to just be healthy and not repress anything or bottle things up because that's how you get all crazy.
You remember that one night we watched porn on you?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
your living room.
We just kind of sat there,
It was just like,
kind of took it all in. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
I
should do
think
that
that's
again. That was
something-
great. It wasn't erotic. It was just like, this is happening.
It was like interesting.
All of this is
I was actually
happening.
very interested in the story.
Yeah. It was riveting.
I think it was something about a cabin retreat, and then I don't know. You know how it goes.
You know.
But funny story. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like that was around the time because I used to watch that when I was over at my best friend's house when I was growing up, and we discovered the pornographic, what do they call magazines?
Yeah, Maxim. Got to.
From my best friend's father's stash, which is really awkward and weird. Now,
It's.
that
I mean,
think
but
about
it's
it,
not
but,
though,
like,
because I feel like that's how it is for everybody. Like the first nudie magazine that you ever see is it's definitely somebody else's. It's either your parents or like another kid at school's
but
parents.
This was like had a full like set like
What do you mean by that?
encyclopedia of Playboys.
Oh, an encyclopedia.
It was
damn.
a whole thing of Playboys.
Damn. Think about how much money that must have been now. Like, as an adult, how much money did this man invest in his Playboy magazine?
But I remember, like,
encyclopedia.
looking at it, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so that's a boob.
I love the cut of this lingerie. No, I'm just kidding. Love the lift here that's giving.
Honestly, though, no, I think I was literally like, oh, okay, so she's got a little combat, like, because it was Playboy, so it was like, it
Cheeky.
was cheeky, like, and I was like, oh, okay, she's,
Yeah, Playboy's cool. I probably would subscribe now. I got to check them out, though. I got to make sure that they're, like, good to their models and stuff, because that's the thing with the porn industry is, like, a lot of it is, you have to be careful. Just be careful about your porn, you know?
Honestly, like, porn that is directed and controlled by women is 1,000% better than, like, most regular porn.
Yeah, that's because, like, women, the way that they work sexually is you have to stimulate their mind. And it's not necessarily, it's like a whole vibe thing. It's a whole experience. Whereas men, it's just very tangible, right?
Yeah.
It's what you're doing. But with women, it doesn't really, I mean, it matters what you're doing. It matters. Don't do the tongue stabbing thing. But, it doesn't matter as much physically what you're actually doing as much as like the vibe and like when you're doing what you're doing. It's a whole thing. Naturally,
complex.
we're better at it.
Complex.
Yeah. But no, so the inclusion of like the porn mag thing in Ed, Edd and Eddy was my original point. Like that doesn't bother me as much as something like what you just, got into with the Bugs Bunny thing, because suicide is never a joke no matter what age you are, and normalizing that type of thing is really fucked up.
Yeah.
You need to talk about that in your therapy session. Don't animate it and put it on a kid's television show.
Or no, not at all.
Just don't.
Nope. Okay, so our next one. Good old Porky the Pig.
Uh-huh.
We love Porky the Pig, right?
I guess.
I'm
do?
scaring the fuck out. She's
I
like,
reckon.
maybe.
Actually,
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
particularly. Porky wasn't one of my favorites.
He was okay.
I liked Daffy. He was always trying to
God, I hated Daffy.
just get his shit together.
I didn't like Daffy. I liked my personal favorite Looney Tune was 100% the Tasmanian Devil.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I think my legit favorite was probably Yosemite Sam,
Yeah, that's true.
who I used to call until I was 20 years old Yosemite Sam. So there's that. I didn't realize.
Sam.
I didn't realize.
Yosemite Sam.
I didn't realize that's
gonna
how
go
you
to-
spelled Yosemite.
Yosemite Park.
Maybe I am. Maybe I will. Yeah, I was an embarrassingly old age when I figured out how you say it.
You should be embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Porky the Pig stutters.
Mm-hmm.
You remember, like he did.
Yeah, it's cute. It's like a
that's all, folks, right?
yeah. He did that Blue Christmas cover of Elvis's song.
Yeah,
that was really
that's
cute.
true. Well, Porky the Pig stuttered because so did Joe Doherty, who was the original voice of Porky the Pig.
Okay.
Doherty's stutter, however, meant long and expensive hours at the recording studio. So Warner Brothers fired him and then replaced him with the voice of Bugs Bunny, Mel Blanc.
Oh.
Ain't that some shit?
And then he faked the stutter?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's fucked.
Fucking
So when can
Warner
you hear,
Brothers.
like, can you hear, because obviously he did the voice of Porky for a while, so can you go back and, like, hear him doing it?
Probably. I'm sure there's a
Versus-
YouTube video for that.
Interesting.
But yeah. So they fired him. That's ridiculous.
I wonder if we probably can't play it, right? They probably sue us out the ass.
Probably. I mean, if they fired a man because he had a stutter, I'm pretty sure that
That's
they
true.
will
Let's
sue
not
the
fuck
fuck
with
out
it.
of a podcast.
Maybe let's not.
I feel like Warner Brothers is like second tier to like Disney when it comes to their shit. Like, you know, Disney's like mob boss.
Yeah.
And then you've got like Warner Brothers who, you know.
Well, we won't play it, but I will tell you that if you go to YouTube and put in Porky Pig original voice, the first video that pops up is a voice comparison. So you can go and listen to it there.
Interesting.
And they can sue them, not us.
Yep.
That video is only 6 months old, so probably maybe check it out sooner rather than later.
Probably.
Sounds like copyright ain't got it yet, girl.
And speaking of Disney, that goes into my next one. So after nearly a century, the animators at Disney have gotten a reputation, and we've talked about this, for sneaking dirty jokes into their drawings. And you can find a couple in just about any Disney movie, but some notable examples include a topless picture in The Rescuers.
Yeah, I've heard about that one. I tried to go back and see it, but I couldn't see it.
And a suspiciously phallic castle on the cover of The Little Mermaid. We've seen that one too. I think that's posted.
Yeah. Okay.
If you go look back on the cover of The Little Mermaid, like in the back, the castle at Atlantis, it's a penis.
I'm looking it up.
It's a penis.
On the cover.
Yeah. It's
Of like the movie?
Yeah. It's a dildo.
Where's the dick? I don't see the dick.
It's a dildo.
Where is it?
Let me see.
I mean, it looks like little domes. Hang on. I have one that has been like, oh my God. No, it really is. Sorry. I needed one that had the appropriate labels. Wow. That's crazy. So they have, you can just Google phallic castle Little Mermaid and go ahead and end up on the list that I'm on. But yeah, no, it's totally there. Interesting. It's buried like in the very middle.
Uh-huh.
It's the best place for it to be. No, I'm kidding. But they have it labeled head, shaft, scrotum, and then glistening.
Glistening?
Glistening, which is not a body part.
Glistening.
So very interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The glistening.
Wow.
Wow.
The frenulum is quite well
right?
animated there.
I don't know what that
that's
is, but
uncomfortable.
right?
Huh. Do you want me to tell you
No,
what
I
it is?
don't want you to tell
Okay.
me what that is.
All right,
Not at all.
you
Please
paused.
don't. Please don't.
Wow, it's
I know
just
if you were
right
not.
there. It's right above like Ariel and Eric's head on the cover. It's just a big old cock. Wow. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right, was that your main point?
That
or
was my main
that-
point.
Oh,
That was my
okay.
main point with Dirty Disney.
Okay.
There's
Dirty
more.
Disney.
There's more, but that's a big one.
Yeah.
Ah.
Sounds like a burlesque show.
And still continuing with Disney, the lawyers at Disney work very hard to protect their characters from unlicensed use. Licensed use.
That's the one. Yep.
They have sued children's entertainers for dressing up as Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. And get this, they have even sued daycare centers for painting Mickey and Minnie on their walls.
That's
what
too much.
some shit. That's what I mean when I'm
that's too
telling you.
much.
Disney is a fucking mob boss.
Yeah. I mean, I don't fuck with them.
They're listening to us right now, I bet.
They are.
Okay. So, Toonland. In one episode of Tiny Toons, which is a little baby.
Yeah, I
Little
fucking
baby
hate it.
Tiny
By the way,
Toons.
I fucking hated Tiny Toons. I can still sing you the theme song now, but I will spare you from that hell.
Tiny Toons.
Fucking
Buster-
hated Tiny Toons.
Plucky and the gang get into a bottle of beer and go joyriding. Their drunk driving escapade sends them right off a cliff to their doom. It might have been meant as an emphatic warning to young viewers, but a lot of people think it would just maybe possibly went too far. But what are your thoughts on that? Like,
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's one of those things where it's subjective. You would have to see it in the context of the episode. I mean, obviously, we shouldn't be like, I don't know that that's encouraging drunk driving. But there's also the fact that the whole thing with Tiny Toons is that they're babies. So it's like babies drunk driving. It's very interesting.
So, all right, next up. Bowing to Disney's studio demands to make the movie darker and edgier, the original draft of Toy Story actually depicted Woody as a giant ventriloquist dummy who terrorized the other toys and purposely throws Buzz Lightyear out of a window.
Really?
Yes. Once Disney relinquished creative control of the script to Pixar, the script got much lighter.
I bet.
I bet it did.
Okay. Interesting. Maybe that was just like a first draft. They maybe just went in a little bit hard.
I want to know who.
Also,
was
Tom Hanks like on the project at that point? Because I feel like we can't have Tom Hanks. It's America's dad. We can't have Tom Hanks like throwing people out of windows intentionally.
Like, ventriloquist dummy who's
yeah.
throwing people
Although that sounds like a great idea for a fucking horror movie spinoff.
True.
Deranged cowboy ventriloquist doll.
Someone was probably that was someone's like passion project.
Yeah. Somebody just really had a fucking story to tell on that one.
And Pixar was like, you need to calm down, honestly. Okay, so Rugrats. We love Rugrats. I personally love Rugrats.
Dun 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 dun, and I can't sing anymore because we'll get sued.
Oh, that's Nickelodeon. I don't think are they as bad?
Yeah, fucking people crazy about the intellectual property.
Anyway, so according to Melanie Chartres, the voice of she did Dee Dee Pickles. Graphic images of her character, Dee Dee Pickles, were drawn all over the men's room stalls at Nickelodeon Studios, and the drawings depicted Tommy's mom in leather bondage gear, brandishing whips and chains.
So Dee Dee, hang on. Oh, Dee Dee was the orange-haired lady, Tommy's mom.
Tommy's mom, and so
that's okay. Okay, I understand. Why, as the voice actor for that character, that might make you uncomfortable, but also, how fucking badass is it? Imagine like Dee Dee Pickles, fucking weird triangle hair, right? Full leather cat suit. Boom. Here for it.
My question is
Whip
this.
in hand. Glasses, purple glasses on. Green earrings on. Yep. Ready to fucking play.
My question is this. What was she doing in the men's restroom? What was she doing in a stall? That was the first thing that popped in my head was, weird. Girl, what were you doing in the stall in the first place? That sounds suspicious.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, whatever. Sometimes the line for the women's room is too fucking long, and I don't have time for that, and I know that y'all got a toilet up in there.
Yeah.
So I'm going in the men's room. It's fine. She has things to do. She's a busy lady.
Yeah. So, next one. The Animaniacs.
I didn't watch this.
Like that. I hate it.
They pissed me off.
Yeah.
Nothing against them, but they
were just so like all over the place, and I was like, this is a chaos that I can't handle right now.
I was like, me, 8 years old. I am stressed out.
Too stressed.
I am stressed out by this. Yeah.
So they were
popular. Were good. They were always trying to teach you something.
I guess. I don't know.
I liked their state capitol song. That's the only one for me.
Don't know it.
It's good.
So they were popular for like very like surreal, irreverent humor. But they kind of got away with like some like questionable, like little innuendos for a children's cartoon. One in particular was a joke involving Prince.
Yeah. I love it.
Know this?
I live for it.
You know this one?
No, I
Oh,
don't.
okay.
I know Prince.
Yeah, I know you do. So the joke ran in an episode called Hercule Yako, and so we'll just say that it involved Prince, and Dot misunderstanding the term fingerprints.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know the full context of the joke, but apparently it was like fingerprint,
Yeah.
but fingerprints.
I mean,
that was the joke to fingerprints.
sure. I mean, if that's what he's into that evening. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I wish he was still with us. I'm deeply upset that he's not.
That is true.
But that's okay. He's getting laid in heaven. And God bless him for it. Those angels been waiting on that for a long time, so I'm happy for him. That's interesting. I think the Animaniacs moved so fast. Like, that show was so fast paced.
Yeah.
That even as kids, we couldn't even fucking keep up. But that's because we two slow bitches over here.
I mean, I was just, like I said, there was a lot going on in my head, and I'm just like,
too
I
much.
just don't have the time.
I can't.
Don't have the
with
time.
all these colors. But I think that show moved so fast that, like, you really couldn't grasp a lot of the jokes until they were already gone. So maybe that's why they got away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So we're going to move on to Pokemon.
Okay.
And so in 1998, there was a 4-second clip in the Pokemon episode Electric Soldier Porygon, and it sent 685 Japanese children into seizures.
What the fuck? Was it just like flashing lights and stuff?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was.
I remember. I feel like I remember that.
Yeah, so it was called, the phenomenon was referred to later as, quote, Pokemon shock.
Yeah, yes, because all of our parents were like fucking freaking out about us watching Pokemon. I remember
185 kids.
Was it only Japanese kids? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, I guess.
What year was it?
1998.
Yeah, we had Pokemon, I think, for like
I'm
a
not
minute.
sure why it says Japanese children, but maybe it was aired there first. Before
Maybe.
It was,
and maybe we got a different version.
Or what happened was it aired there first, and then that happened, and then we got the dub after, and they were like,
we're gonna take this out this dub.
I'm like, no, we're not gonna do that.
It's okay. That's how I learned how to read the Pokemon. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What the fuck?
I'm kidding.
And then to bring us down, September 8th, 2003, Jacqueline Linetsky, the 17-year-old voice of the children's cartoon character Caillou, was driving with her friend, fellow actor Vadim Schneider. Their van collided with an oncoming truck, and both actors died in the crash, which is really sad.
That is really sad. It would probably be sadder if I remembered who those characters were.
Caillou? You don't remember Caillou?
I don't remember. No, not really. I didn't really know anybody except for, I didn't know anybody by name except for, okay, this will be fun. Yugi, right? The blonde-haired one.
No, this is out. So this is something different. This is not, what are you talking about, Yugi?
I'm talking about Yu-Gi-Oh.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
Continue with the podcast.
Caillou was like a kid.
I'm fucking
He
up.
was a little bald. He was a little bald kid.
Yeah.
And it was like for like a, baby to young kid cartoon. It was like Caillou.
I fucking never watched this.
Oh my God.
It was not a part of Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh.
No.
Definitely not Digimon either.
No.
Okay. I don't know it. I don't fucking know Caillou.
Oh
That's
my
weird.
God. Oh my God.
I feel like you're really upset by
I'm
this.
really upset.
But I didn't really. I used to have a rule when I was a little kid. My mom had a rule that I couldn't watch more than like 1 hour of TV a day. So I missed a lot.
I never had that.
My
mom was like, no, you gonna watch this TV. Shut the fuck up.
It's true.
Watch this TV. Leave me the fuck alone.
Nah, I had like Barney and then like Reading Rainbow so that I could ogle LeVar Burton. And that's about it.
Yeah. Okay, well, up next, we're going to go back to...
Sorry, I fucked that one up.
Really fucked it up.
You know what I was thinking?
What?
Sorry, I know you want to move on, but Kyrie from Kingdom Hearts is what I was thinking about.
Oh.
When you said Caillou. Anyway.
Nope. Nothing about that.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
It's a lot of synapses firing.
And that's the reason why you didn't watch Animaniacs.
Yeah, it's true.
So in 1941, back to Disney, because we love them. You're great. Disney animators went on strike demanding higher wages and on-screen credit for their work. Disney, who was staunchly anti-union, fired any employees who tried to unionize, which was in violation of federal labor law, and refused to budge for nearly 3 months. Some workers, including Mr. Magoo creator John Hubley, left Disney altogether. But in 1947, Walt Disney was one of many Hollywood celebrities to testify before the House Un-American Activities Committee.
Yeah.
Disney labeled former employees David Hillerman, William Pomerantz, and Herbert Sorrell as, quote, communist agitators.
Yeah.
Virtually guaranteeing they'd never work in Hollywood again. The three men had worked to organize that same 1941 Disney strike.
Yeah, the House Un-American Activities Committee was it was during the Red Scare, and they were basically witch hunting communists. It actually, there's been a lot of parallels made, including that term, witch hunting, between the Red Scare and that period in American history with the Salem witch trials, because a lot of the same cyclical broken logic was used. To prove that, like, people were communists.
Yeah.
Who weren't.
Who just weren't.
Who weren't, no.
Oh, yeah.
Because in those days, like, being communist was, like, the worst thing that you could be.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that just shows you the magic of Disney, man.
Magic of Disney. We're just going to do that. And then
Fuck your
you'll
need
never
for wages and shit.
Fuck wages? What?
Yeah.
And that's insane because I've watched some of those,
On-screen
like,
credit
old
for what you
school-
do.
Right. I mean, because I've watched some of those old school, like, videos of how they put together those frames, like,
Yeah.
and how meticulously, like, everything is painted and layered on top of each other, like, the work that's involved. I mean, fuck, bitch, you better pay me. No wonder they were drawing fucking dicks and shit. Like, I would be too. Fuck. But yeah. All right, next. Red Hot Riding Hood.
Okay.
In 1943, MGM Studios.
I think I know her.
You
Girl, I know her. I know that girl. She
You saw
performed
her?
down at the Glitter
Yeah,
House.
Red Hot Riding Hood.
I know her.
We've seen her.
Shit, I've been her.
Shit. And so in 1943, MGM Studios hired Tex Avery to make a cartoon version of Little Red Riding Hood. Red Hot Riding Hood is a modern retelling of the story, complete with provocative singing, sexy outfits, and lurid language.
Why have I not seen this show?
The whole thing ends with the wolf blowing his own brains out.
Oh. Well, it was fun until then.
Shit. What is with this, like, gun violence we've got going on, y'all? Like,
Oh my gosh. Look at
do you have it?
Look at the poster. The poster's so cute.
Red Hot Riding Hood?
Yeah,
I
she's
would
so
frame
cute.
that.
She's a little, absolutely.
I'd
I
frame
won't
that.
now that I know how it ends.
But I mean, as a picture.
No, I've seen this. Holy shit.
Wait, what?
I have seen this cartoon because I know that wolf. And I know that scene. I've
okay.
seen this cartoon. I don't know if I saw it as a kid. But and I remember her little white outfit. I remember this. This is probably why I am the
What the fuck
reason
were
I
you
am.
watching? She wasn't watching Animaniacs. She was watching this.
I have stumbled across what has made me me. I remember this little girl though, because she's like so. I mean, she's not a little girl. Let's be clear. Let's be clear.
wait,
She's
I'm
like a
over here
Jessica
like,
Rabbit
huh?
prototype, but she's like a little sexy pinup like girl. I didn't realize that. I mean, her name was like Red, but I didn't realize that it was like a interesting. Yeah, I totally remember this.
Yeah.
How
Well,
did
that's
I
good.
have access to this?
I don't
Was
know,
this on
girl.
TV?
Like, what were you watching?
Was this like my dad? Did he have this in the house? Droopy was in the cartoon character Droopy.
Oh,
Was in it.
Okay.
It was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's kind of like a Jessica Rabbit prototype though, because you have like
Well, I think there were probably some of those that like came on late night.
Maybe. I'm going to do
And-
some more research into that and figure out why I know about that. Why I have seen
I'm pretty
it.
sure a lot of those came on like late night.
I didn't realize it was made in 1943 though. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, my next one. In 1938, a young woman named Mary Ford wrote to Disney. Here we go again. You just keep them coming. And she wrote to Disney asking how she might become an artist for the studio. In a letter decorated with characters from that year's big hit, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Mary was told bluntly, quote, "Women do not do any of the creative work in connection with preparing the cartoons for the screen, as that task is performed entirely by young men. For this reason, girls are not considered for the training school."
Damn.
Whoa.
Damn.
I don't know what happened to Mary Ford after that, but...
Clearly, maybe that tells you something.
I was hoping that, like, it would sort of segue into the, she made her own, like, animation studio, and then, like, but I don't know. Nah, we probably just killed a dream. What's that? I dreamed a dream. Is that that was Disney, right?
No, that was Les Mis.
No,
that was
what's
Les
the one?
Miserables.
No,
I
fuck.
dreamed a dream of time gone by.
Wait,
that
they
was
don't own that
Victor
now?
Hugo.
They don't own that now?
They probably do. Hugh Jackman was in it. It was fucking horrible.
No, what's the Sleeping Beauty?
The most recent one.
I Know You, Once Upon a Dream,
That was Sleeping Beauty.
which is Disney.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to get at.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Sleeping Beauty, Disney princess,
Okay.
Aurora. Anyway, my next one. You may remember this. Hey Arnold.
Yeah. Hey Arnold had a lot.
What is this? Move It Football Head.
Uh-huh.
You remember? One Nicktoon show that was known for its coming of age storytelling was that Hey Arnold, which was the show about a football-shaped headed boy moving through life in a New York City neighborhood. The show is famous for characters like Stoop Kid.
Stoop Kid never leaves the stoop.
Wow, where did that come from?
It came from the depths of my soul. I loved Stoop Kid. I loved Hey Arnold. Initially, when it first came out, I wasn't that into it, and then I just got deep in it. And the older that I've gotten, that's one that I look back on, and I place a hand over my heart and take a slow inhale and a slow exhale because I love that show. I identified with Helga. So fucking hard. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Helga just loved too hard, and that's okay. She just needed to find her somebody who could accept that and love her that hard back. She just needed the BDSM community. That's what she needed.
Yeah.
Much like other young women that we may or may not have known.
Well, getting into that.
In our lives.
Wow, this is a side of you that I did not know existed.
The Hey Arnold side?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this show. I low-key love it, though, because it, wasn't...
It was another one of those shows that I just didn't like. It was kind of like the same as Ed, Ed, and Eddie to me. Like, it was...
Really? But it was so smart.
No, I didn't like... because it was that whole thing where it was like, this is a young boy, and this is how a young boy, goes through...
But
life.
Arnold
And
was so different.
It was
Arnold
different.
wasn't.
He
wasn't the typical
No.
He was different.
And
he was
I liked
softer.
it more than I did Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah.
But it still fell into the same category. Like, some of the cartoons that I hated the most were Ed, Ed, and Eddie, Ren and Stimpy. Fucking hated Ren and Stimpy.
I liked Ren and Stimpy.
Beavis and Butthead.
Did you like Angry Beavers? I love Angry Beavers.
Like Angry Beavers.
Oh my god, fuck off.
No, I didn't like Angry Beavers. I liked Cat Dog.
Okay, Cat Dog was whatever.
Cat Dog.
I mean, I loved the theme song, but
Alone in the world with a little cat dog.
Honestly, the best part of every episode happened 10 seconds in because the best part was the freaking song. I loved Angry Beavers though. I disavow you and your hatred of Norbert. I love
No,
Norbert.
I just didn't like them. Funny though, they're next on my list. But anyway,
I mean, can we talk about the fact that the show is called Angry Beavers?
pretty much. Yeah.
That's a whole vibe.
So, so you remember all of the characters from Hey Arnold? I know you do.
I do.
So, the emotional storytelling and heartwarming.
Heartwarming.
If you're a heartwarming character, the heartwarming characters made audiences everywhere feel connected and understood in a way that most cartoons didn't accomplish, right, Katie?
It's true. It's true. They did. I didn't like that show at first. I'm telling you, Arnold. It had to grow on me.
So while known for its mature storytelling and artwork, there were several more adult-themed scenes in the show. Like Helga's mother, who was frequently seen being under the influence.
Yeah, that was dark.
Or one of Helga's poems saying, quote, "You make my girlhood tremble."
Oh no, that was the episode. That was the episode where she was either dictating the poem or like reading it aloud. I think I could be wrong, and she had a parrot. Like somehow a parrot had been introduced into the story, and it may have been Arnold's parrot or whatever. But the parrot heard her like writing this or reading this or whatever. Mm-hmm. She was writing passionately, so of course she was like speaking the words aloud. I do the same thing when I write episodes for this show. But anyway, the parrot heard it, and then the parrot went, like Arnold came to pick the parrot up, and then the parrot, she was worried, was gonna like say, like confess her love of Arnold to Arnold, and there was like this whole escapade thing. But I actually think that showing her mom under the influence and how that affected Helga, because it definitely wasn't shown in like a whimsical light. Like it was shown, I think, intentionally, because there are kids who grow up in those situations, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true.
There are kids who have parents who are alcoholics, and I think I actually see that as a positive because it gives those kids somebody to relate to on screen, Yeah. So.
Well, you mentioned Angry Beavers.
Yeah.
So so that was a big thing with like Nicktoons. They did 4 seasons. So the show creators faced cancellation after the 4 seasons on air. And as a way of finishing their story, the creative team wrote a finale where the brother Beavers, Norbert and Daggett,
absolutely,
find out they are a part of a children's cartoon and face their death and the end of their world as they know it with the show's cancellation. It's a dark episode that forces the brothers to come to terms with their mortality and the fear of facing their creators face to face before the end of their lives. Now, you may not remember this because the show never saw the light of day.
Yeah, I don't. I'm like, I don't remember this episode.
Nope. Because it only exists in audio form, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a way you can listen to it.
You keep saying that, and I'm here to tell you the internet exists, and yes.
Is it out there, though?
Probably.
I mean, everything I've checked so far is out there, but we're going to check that.
You're like, is it out there?
I fucking love Angry Beavers. I'm going to tell you
what.
I
2020?
I was wildly into that show, and I even had like a renaissance of being into that show when I was in like high school. And every now and again in college, I'd be like, what's going on with Angry Beavers?
Yeah.
Let's check it out. I might get back into it now. If I'm marathoning it next week, you'll know why.
I'm pretty sure you could find it somewhere. I don't know.
Hell yeah. No, you can stream it for sure.
Stream it somewhere. All right, I have a couple left. So
I'm going to Google Angry Beavers and see what happens to me.
Nothing, you'll just stumble upon your OnlyFans. Anyway. So, like I said, a couple more to go. So, Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
Another one I did not. Well, no. I'm thinking of something different.
Ren and Stimpy.
I was actually thinking of Ren and Stimpy I hated, but I was thinking Rocko's Modern Life.
You also hated that?
No, I actually loved Rocko's Modern Life.
I loved Rocko's, and I liked Ren and Stimpy. Okay, we're gonna get shit for this, because I feel like probably we have a fair amount of Ren and Stimpy fans. I liked Ren and Stimpy, but it was a little over my head at the time, and also I couldn't I couldn't take too much of it.
It
Like, I
was
can't watch it in
so
blocks.
graphic, like, because
Yeah,
they would
yeah,
do
it
like
was
the regular
gross.
cartoon, but then like they would show scenes of like where the art, like they would have the artwork, and it would be just so detailed, and it was very
But
like,
it would be something disgusting, like a pimply back or something. Yeah, that was a lot for
or like
me.
vomit or something
Yeah.
like really gross. And again, that's something that I felt like was they were trying to appeal to like young boy audiences.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm like, this does not appeal
Yeah, it was
to
cringy.
me.
That part of it was cringy for sure. Yeah. Rocco's was better. Rocco's was better done.
Yeah. Well, their animation team have a long history of pushing the Nickelodeon's buttons. 2 episodes in particular were troubling for the network and viewers. In one titled Powdered Toast Man. That's my new handle, y'all. I'm Powdered
On
Toast Man.
Insta.
The episode showcases the Pope burying his face in the butt of a superhero. Religious groups were angered about this, and the animators had to go back and remove the cross from the Pope's hat and change the episode title to The Man with the Pointy Hat.
Amazing. That's amazing. I love that irreverent shit. That's good.
That is good.
It was like the gross cutaways, the gross out cringe scenes that weakened that show for me, I think.
True.
But that is fucking brilliant.
Yeah. The second episode, they went too far when Ren beat a man nearly to death in the episode Man's Best Friend. Not only did Nickelodeon ban the episode, but they fired the animators behind the episode, which was deemed one of the most violent kids show episodes.
Here's me. Here's me Googling
Katie goes, "Can you find it?"
It's called Man's Best Friend.
Man's Best Friend, yes.
I'm sure we'll allow that on the internet these days.
I know, we're talking about like
Most
back in
violent,
the
awful
day.
thing. Oh, yep, here it is on YouTube. Boom. Right there.
Shit. We'll have to watch that later. Maybe post it in the group or something.
Yeah.
And then so my last one, I'm gonna leave us on a light note.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna leave it on beating a man to death.
No. Actually, it's not light. It's really not light and not funny at all.
Oh, okay.
But and you know this one too. And I almost didn't want to say it, but
Go ahead.
the death of Ducky. Judith
Fuck
Barcy, who voiced Ducky in The
No.
Land Before Time,
No, I refuse
was
to discuss it.
murdered by her father in 1988.
Yeah. It's very sad.
Yep.
It was very sad. Fuck you for not leaving us on an actual light note. I have attacked my mic stand. Rip headphone users. Damn. Yes. Very sad. Super dark story. We might cover it on the podcast one day, actually, in detail.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a very sad case.
The Land Before Time was one of my favorite movies growing up. Like,
It was one of my favorite movies, but I could never watch the scene where Littlefoot's mom died. Not ever.
Oh,
Could
God.
never deal with
You know
it.
what?
Still, as an adult, cannot deal with it.
you know what I always remember? I always remember the star leaves.
Yeah.
Like
I
always
remember
thought they
him
were so
curling up in
beautiful.
her footprint
Oh,
as he slept there alone.
yeah, that's true.
I'm going to get upset. This is a terrible note to end on. Why could you not have ended on like the hot little Red Riding Hood lady?
All right, well, let's talk
we should
about the hot red riding
We
hood
should
lady.
cosplay that. We should cosplay that.
Oh God, that would be so cute.
It'd be cute as shit, right?
That would be cute.
Yeah, we should cosplay it.
Yeah. So those were just a few like really weird things that you probably didn't know about your favorite cartoons. Like I said, growing up, my favorite cartoon was probably I like Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dexter's Lab was good.
Dexter was amazing. I loved Powerpuff Girls.
Fuck yeah.
I fucking.
Who was your favorite Powerpuff Girl though? 1, 2, 3.
Hold
Buttercup.
on. Because I don't.
You have to think about that. Nobody has to think about that. That's like your Chinese delivery,
yes, it is.
like food
yes,
delivery
Because
order.
I'm having a brain fart right now.
All right, you had Blossom.
Blossom. It was Blossom.
Okay, I thought Blossom was your favorite.
Wait,
Buttercup
she
was
the
my
red one?
favorite.
No,
Yes.
Buttercup was my favorite.
I thought you liked Blossom.
The green one.
Yeah.
Buttercup.
Okay. All right. Then we both like Buttercup.
Buttercup.
Good thing because that's your best
Actually,
friend. grew
no,
up
but
to
here's
be.
the thing. Here's the thing. I like Powerpuff Girls, but I was honestly more into him.
Who?
Him. the villain.
Oh,
him.
yeah.
I like the villain. So like him, Mojo Jojo, like I
Mojo
really
Jojo
like
was cool. Mojo Jojo was pretty funny.
Courage the Cowardly Dog, like all of that, and even then, like all of that had like some pretty dark stuff in it, especially Courage.
Return the slab. That, let me tell you what, that was one of the fucking scariest things at that point as a young child I had ever seen in my God blessed life. That episode still, I really want to go back and watch it, and maybe we'll do it as like a live thing where we can watch it together and like stream it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that in like the Facebook group because I really want to go back and watch that episode. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's an episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog. There's memes all over the fucking internet now. It's had like a huge like renaissance. That particular episode is the Return the Slab episode. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it just Google Return the Slab, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and you will find it.
Yeah.
But that was the scariest shit I've ever fucking seen because it's exactly like up to that point in my life because it's still like it gets to the very root of the type of horror that scares me the most, which is the like everything is seemingly normal and then there's one glaring element that is just that's so outside the realm of what fits that environment. You know what I'm saying? Like there's one element that is just so fucking twisted. And that like incongruity between like the way things should be and like this thing that is just so violently out of place, like that just throws my brain into just like complete panic mode.
Yeah.
It's not like a killer, like a bloodthirsty killer chasing you with a knife or like, you know, vampires or anything like that. It's that element of like something that is just like almost like plucked from a totally different reality, like the cracks in reality. It's the same reason the Mandela effect scares me.
The whole show was kind of like that, though, honestly.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, like you have the little farmhouse, which is supposedly like normal, but then it was like caught in the middle of like all of this weird paranormal stuff. Like for me, the scariest episode wasn't that one, but it was the one with the chicken egg. Alien chicken egg, and then so they eat the she cooks the egg, and then like they all start to become fucking like space chickens. And I'm like. Terrifying.
It really like that show. I fucking love Courage the Cowardly Dog because it was so like it had that like, and I'm talking I don't know exactly how old I was, but like, you know, I got into horror a lot later than you, and I didn't really watch a lot of horror until, you know, I was like a teenager. So as a kid, like sitting and watching Courage was kind of like the closest thing that I got. And it had this like vibe to it. Like, I'm not supposed to be watching this, you know?
Yeah.
Like it was almost kind of like a, like it would come on. I forget what it came on after, but like it would come on and I'd be sitting like in my room and I'd be like, oh, I'm watching Courage. Yeah. Like, I'm not supposed to be watching this.
Well, you would usually have those. I think I remember because they did the shorts. So there were like, I think it was actually originally a Cartoon Network short.
Yeah.
And then everyone loved it. And then it became
they gave it a show. Yeah.
And I think, and I'm pretty sure it used to come on. It used to be like Ed, Ed, and Eddie. And then you would have like Powerpuff, or, you know, not necessarily in that order, but like it would filter through those same shows.
Yeah.
And then Courage would usually come on like I guess later. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of my favorites.
It was amazing. I think it came on at like 8. Because I remember my mom got off at 7 and she would come and pick me up from my dad's house. Specific. And I'd be watching Courage. I'd be like, "Ooh, shit." And then my mom would show up and I'd be like, "Ah." And then we'd have to ride home in the dark car and I'd be like, "Fuck." Because that was such a scaredy cat. Before I grew up and I realized the true fear in this world is bills.
And being an adult.
And having to get up and go to work every day.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm kidding. I'm not.
We're not.
I'm just trying to keep it positive. Oh, another show that I loved. I don't know if you watched it, but did you ever watch Totally Spies?
No.
You would have fucking loved that show.
Wait.
Lil Gay Kenny would have loved that show.
Was it a cartoon?
It was a cartoon, and it was about these 3 girls who were in high school, but they also were spies. But it was like they were like, it was super like flower power themed, and the fashion was very like hippie theme. It was cool. It was very cool.
Oh.
It was on a different network though. I forget what network that it aired on.
But this is like 2001.
Yes, it was. Why, yes, it was.
We're talking like 2001.
Yeah.
No, I was not watching Totally Spies in 2001.
You weren't?
No.
I was.
Okay.
I thought it was cool as fuck. So.
I'm also, 3 years older than
They
you?
all wore cat suits. So. I wish I had a cat suit like that. Google Totally Spies. Somebody out there.
I just did.
No, I'm telling the listeners.
Oh.
You're like, fuck. I
just did. Damn.
Somebody out there has seen Totally Spies, and it's cool.
Yeah, no. What else? Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Sailor Moon.
Fuck yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh was all about it. Sailor Moon, I was
Moon.
all about it. Sailor Moon, I'm still all about it.
Little gay me was like totally into Sailor Moon.
Yeah. Who was your favorite Sailor Scout?
I think either before or after Pokemon in the mornings. I can't remember which. I think it was probably before. So I would always. I know it came on around the same time that Pokemon.
I used to watch it in the evenings at 4 p.m.
I used to watch them in the mornings. Pokemon used to come on in the mornings for me. I'm like almost 100%. I think Sailor Moon would come on before then. Honey, I was like...
Who was your favorite Sailor Scout?
I don't probably have one. I just liked it for the intro and then like the fun fashion changes, but I never watched it.
The fun fashion changes.
But I never watched it fully.
My favorite is Sailor Pluto. Who
never
didn't
watched it fully.
She wasn't that big of a character in the show. We should rewatch it.
I've been
That'd
wanting
be a
to
fun
go back and
rewatch.
watch it. So
it's great. Tuxedo Mask.
I
would
do
always
remember
be
that.
showing up with the rose petals and shit.
Did you ever watch like Inuyasha?
Unrealistic
Do you remember
expectations for relationships. No, I never got into Inuyasha.
I didn't either, but
I had friends who were really into it.
Used to be on like super late at night.
Yeah.
So when I would fall asleep and I would wake up, and I would literally always wake up to like the fucking sound, the song, and to this day I still really enjoy that song. And I can't even tell you a fucking word about it, but it's like and it's like
rip headphone users. Yeah, no, I never watched Inuyasha, but I do remember like late night cartoons on Adult Swim. Trigun was good as hell.
Never watched it.
We will watch Trigun together because that show, here's the thing, that show is a fucking opera. I'm not an anime person. Trigun is the only anime that I've watched start to finish and that I'm obsessed with, but it is a fucking odyssey. It's a work of like art and literature.
I've been wanting to get into more anime.
Oh yeah,
you know
said no
what?
one ever.
I'm gonna throw this out. What?
I've been wanting to get into more.
No,
anime.
I mean I have been because like I feel like that there are definitely some that I would like. Like I have attempted to watch like, and you know I might be
Bleach
red for filth, but like
cool.
no, but like Death Note.
Yeah.
Like I'd started like kind of watching that a little bit, but I want someone to recommend like a really good anime that I should watch. If you're listening and you're into anime, please recommend something that you think that I would like.
Oh, I think you should. I think you should watch Trigun. You might not have heard of it, but it's a really cool anime.
Are you
that really
sure
cool
Trigun
people
or,
like?
or Totally Spies?
Should I email? Oh, fuck off. Should I email the Haunted Heart Podcast at gmail.com to tell you to watch fucking Trigun with me?
Honestly, please email the Haunted Heart Podcast and say my recommendation for you is Trigun.
Mm-hmm.
No, please send me a recommendation on something that is easily accessible, like either on Netflix or Amazon Prime, whatever that I can watch. You know, I like dark. You know, I like horror. You know, I like that. You know. That type stuff. So
you can become a weeboo.
Send me something. No, just something interesting to watch. I just want to know. I just want to watch it. But anyway,
Okay.
I think it's time for you to sign us the fuck out of here, though.
But first, I have to tell everybody to follow us on social media, on Instagram at The Haunted Heart Podcast, on Twitter at The Haunted Heart, and don't forget to search The Haunted Heart Podcast on Facebook. Like our Facebook page if you want to leave us a nice little review there. That would be fabulous. And join our closed Facebook group. That's where most of the discussion happens. It's where when we do our little, like, when we watch things live with you guys, where we can chat about it, where we do live streams, all of that is happening over on the Facebook group, so make sure that you join us there so you can keep in touch. And check us out on Patreon. patreon.com/thehauntedheart. And if you want to do an invocation or want to get an invocation like the ones that we did at the top of the show, that is where you need to head on over and help us support the show if you think that we deserve it and you enjoy the show.
You want to throw some coin, you want to bounce a coin on that ass. Like, we're into that.
We are. We're into that. Yeah. So, and thank you to all of our existing Patreons. We appreciate you greatly. You help us keep pumping out the show. You help us keep it free for everyone, which is always great. And you help us, continue to produce the content that we want to produce without having to answer to
Disney.
Yeah. No, without having to answer to people who are just talking to you a bunch of shit. So
that is true. And if you like this bullshit that you are listening to right now, please make sure to leave us a review. We'll read a really fun review if you want to leave us something nice.
Hell yeah.
Something funny. We'll read it on the air, but we do appreciate all reviews. You can review us on our Facebook page. You can review us on iTunes or wherever you listen to us that allows you to leave some love. Please do so because that's an awesome way to support the show. If you can't, if Patreon isn't for you, then definitely word of mouth, your mouth, just help spread the love of the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Make our network larger so we can touch more individuals.
No, we're not going to touch anybody without consent. But anyway, until next time,
so
guys.
We can touch people like Hey Arnold touch people.
Like making, what is that? What did I say? Our girl parts tingle? Or is that what it says?
So that we can make more girlhoods. I'm going to change it to womanhoods.
Please
tremble.
Do. You make our womanhoods
We want to make all of the womanhoods and the manhoods
and
tremble.
All of the womanhoods and manhoods, all of that tremble.
Go forth. Take that energy forth into your week.
Please do.
And until next
It's
time.
Not to work, though.
Not to work.
But until next time.
Stay spooky.